You guys know these people over here better than me, right? This was a tweet or a Instagram or a whatever from.
I think it's been taken down now, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so somebody else made this. I guess Living Jewishly made this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so Amy's not the only one that posted this repost.
Of course not. Yeah.
But I think she, like my buddy Ryan Long had a sketch of the actor doesn't know which side to take on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Why didn't we have that?
Yeah, I don't know why you haven't already played it. It's great. Ryan Long's sketch about it is, and the actor's like, and I texted Ryan. I go, Ryan, the side is Israel. And Chuck Schumer's niece knows as well. So she posted it. So she didn't write that herself. A bunch of people have been putting that up. So I made a thing making fun of that meme, not directly at her, but any really, she's not what I would call an observant Jew, put it that way. I just can't stand like everybody, like I told you, this is a death of woke, this conflict right now, because this is where you see the split. Everybody that would have chose the wokest thing, they don't know what to pick right now.
It's beautiful.
But she's got a Chuck Schumer sense of politics.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not even personal against her.
No.
It's just like,
they share the same last name.
because you're a Jew.
So read what she shared.
Let's read it. And because when I first heard it, I was like, oh, give me a break.
This is Amy Schumer posted this, but she didn't make
A bunch
this.
of people are putting it up. She saw it and thought she put
First, they came for the LGBTQ, and I stood up because love is love. Then they came for the immigrants, and I stood up because families belong together. Then they came for the black community, and I stood up because Black Lives Matter. And then they came for me, but I stood alone because I am a Jew.
It was a bit of an eye roller. And, I used to work on her show. And if we were in the writer's room and she's like, hey, I'm going to do this. All I did is say the thing I would have said in the room.
And let's show what Kurt said.
I would like to think that she laughed at it. Nothing personal against her, but that is a dumb thing to post.
So show the
first one, right? Okay, so again, we have this one
Amy
here.
Didn't make this up. It's some meme she posted, I believe has taken down.
Yeah.
But somebody sent it to me, and I couldn't believe how stupid what I read was.
Now here's Kurt's response to that.
You want to read it, Kurt? You want
Kurt?
First, I stood with LGBTQ because it was trendy. Then I stood with immigrants because my maid is here illegally. Then I stood with BLM because I thought it made me look not racist. Then I stood with literal Nazis in Ukraine because Putin. And now I stand alone because I am a twat.
Oh my.
I chose the word twat. You don't know how I agonize for the right word.
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, that's because I didn't want to make. It's not not at Amy specifically. A bunch of people posted this.
That's right.
A lot of them entertainers.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the word? Because how do you sum up all that in like one word? But you don't want to go full C word. And I settled on twat.
You got it. Twat.
A little international.
Yeah.
She should laugh at that.
Well, we also have the fact that she didn't even look up no results, and this is Katie Halper putting it out there for Amy Schumer too. There's no results on Palestine or Palestinian or Palestinians or Gaza. She didn't even search it. She didn't. It's not in any of her.
Wait, she checked Amy's searches?
Yeah.
No,
How?
she checked her Twitter feed.
If Amy had any comments.
Yes.
None.
But that's
Very
why
one-sided.
people make a like the only thing dumber than that Star of David thing and like more insincere. Because I promise you, I've never heard her ever speak about, like Sarah Silverman has some great takes, but she's a Vermont Jew. She told me personally, and I always liked her. She was nice to me. She goes, I'm from Vermont, and I was raised to believe being a good Jew means being a good Democrat. She didn't say it like an asshole. She's like saying like, you understand, I'm not like downing her, but like this is a thing like, okay, the two of you, I think Amy's or one of them. The next thing is about getting an abortion somewhere. So I want to understand your thing for the biblical promised land of Israel. Like, so you view it. I guess it's like Israel's like a woman. Like I believe in Israel's right to choose. Gaza is like a womb, and Israel, like women, has the right to go in that womb and kill any kids they find. I only say that on Rumble. I want that to be clear.
So here we are again, too, as well. Once again, playing the victim, Amy Schumer. An Islamic Jihad missile killed hundreds of innocent Palestinians in a hospital in Gaza. Still sticking by that narrative right now. That it was...
She's got to double down because, look, Amy is sharp, okay? And she knows whatever happens in here, you know who to side with because you work in entertainment. That's why Ryan Long's great sketch, which made me laugh a lot. I go, oh, but just so you know, pick Israel. Like, it's entertainment.
The funny thing is that they still want to sit and harp around this one particular hospital as if they have a case.
So the hospital wasn't even blown up. It was just the parking lot. Is that what?
Well, that's what they're saying. But there's a lot of people saying no, the hospital was blown up, and they're going back and forth. Even Dan Cohen tweeted, "Israel bombed the hospital. Plain and simple. Stop trying to avoid it." The WHO was told, like I've read in this newspaper, the WHO was told Israel, "Can you please stop bombing hospitals, please?"
But
so this isn't like the first time
they
it's
use
happened.
them as human shields, though.
They bombed a bakery.
Hamas uses the hospitals as human shields.
So it says many Western outlets published a propaganda lie blaming Israel without fact-checking. Facts only reached the headlines an hour later. Fired the BBC News and the New York Times, Sky News, CNN editors who put terrorist lies on their homepages. Lies that stoke anti-Jewish hatred worldwide. Hold media prejudice accountable.
Look. Like I said, you had Norman Finkelstein on. We had Dan Cohen on. I want to assure everybody, if an Arab told me what was going on there, I want to promise you I would never take the word of an Arab, ever. A Muslim? I would never in a million years believe a goddamn thing a Muslim said. But I was raised crazy-ass Christian, and I'm naturally inclined to just believe whatever a Jew tells me. I am. So Jews told me about those crimes that Israel does.
Yeah.
So are they stoking anti-Jewish hatred?
Yeah.
I didn't know that Orthodox Jews and a lot of secular Jews don't like them, especially Haredi and all that. I never understood until Dan Cohen said they were against even founding Israel because, and I was always told regular Israelis don't like them because they won't fight.
Yeah.
Because they're praying all day. And like me, you know, maybe you should lean on them a little bit since they're praying for you.
You said you even talked about when we had that segment with Dan Cohen that they hate those particular Jewish people who stand up against the Zionist mentality. They hate them more than the Palestinians, that they actually have a word for them, right?
I promise Amy has not looked into any of it. I want to, there's no way she knows. That's like, she talked to somebody and like, where am I at on this one? Everyone's going to want my stance. I don't want to make the mistake of Mia Khalifa, the porn star, who's never going to work in porn again. It's like, look, again, no hatred of Amy or whatever. It's just such a dumb, that celebrity stupid bullshit. That's fallen apart. And now woke is dead because real, supposedly left-wingers, like Amy, rich people basically, that were like, oh, abortion, I hate men and rednecks and whatever. Well, so you know, Amy, if you looked into it, at least half, maybe more of the basis of an Israel is the goddamn Bible. So all those people you spit on were the ones that were supposed to stand with Israel that you're pretending you care so much about.
Yeah. Do you think, though, that it's the human element to play the victim that also comes into play
She's
here,
a
too,
woman.
as well? Men do it, too. I mean, to play the victim. If I can play the victim all the time.
I have awards for my feminist writing. I don't know if you know about that. My feminist comedy writing that I did for her show. I got a few awards for it. And what I watched was a bunch of wealthy, either upper middle class to wealthy women who I think are good and I respected their abilities, going on and on about how hard they got it. Okay? And I, at a certain point, I'm like, what in the hell? You know, and when the show was good in the beginning, when it had an even male and female split demographically and nobody was mad, she took into politics and created all these enemies for herself, whatever. She can do what she wants. But I would be in the room going, is that really how it would go? Like just silly ass things, you know, like that only a middle-class college-educated woman who took improv would come out of their mouth.
Gotcha.
That's over now. That shit's done. And it's because of this conflict.
Well, Katie Halper also points out, wait until Amy Schumer hears about how the media repeated the beheaded babies lie without any evidence. And the president lied that he had seen them. She's going to be so angry and definitely shame the media because she cares about all lives, right? Not just Jewish ones, right? So has Amy made any statement about that, about the media lying about that?
I don't know. I've never followed anybody's Twitter because I don't care. But that one meme was so stupid. She must know it's stupid because she took it down.
Yeah.
That's just utterly. She's not the only one. A lot of people posted that, but whatever. I think people were trashing her because she's, you know, once you put yourself in, I'm Mrs. Woke and I'm progressive. Well, just so you know, that coalition that you thought was a thing, that included a bunch of people that were worried about Palestine. They told you up front. BLM said, we stand with Palestine right back when all these chumps were giving them money.
Yep.
And thank God the fat chick from BLM stole the money instead of giving it to Hamas.
Patrice colors, man. So this is Sarah Silverman's take. This is going to be interesting right here, right? She shared this genocidal post on Instagram about Gaza. There's a very strange thing happening. Many are saying that it's inhumane that Israel is cutting off the water, electricity to Gaza. Israel made it pretty simple. Release the hostages and we will turn it back on. Instead of pleading with Hamas to release civilian hostages, which include babies and toddlers, and she made them big, so you understand.
But they're not going to get water either. The hostages are also starving and have no water, right?
Yep.
If you cut off... Oh, she's a genius, man.
She goes, there are politicians, cough, cough, AOC, calling Israel inhumane. If that isn't enough for you, Israel does not need to supply Gaza with these resources, which they do for free. If Hamas didn't spend billions of dollars on terrorism, they would be able to build the infrastructure to support themselves.
Wow. Okay. I'm actually stunned.
I mean, this is blowing away. This is mind-blowing right here.
Do you remember when Sarah got in trouble for saying Joy-Ann Reid didn't read the whole article?
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody called her like racist and arrogant, and Sarah tried to oy vey her way out of it. No, I'm a minority woman too.
Oy vey. She doesn't want any trouble.
That's the arrogance of that. Joy-Ann Reid was obviously read the whole article. She's a liar. And Sarah's patronizingly... These people criticize, were right. You're patronizing to think that Joy-Ann Reid just didn't read the article, Sarah. She's an evil liar. And because you want to believe an evil liar isn't, because that's the good team, and you're a good girl from Vermont who's a good Democrat and therefore a good Jew, you're saying all the good girl things because to look at the real things is going to make you too emotional. She's dating my friend Rory. It must be real fun right now for Rory. Okay, but this is unbelievable. How did we lose in Afghanistan? You know what we should have done? We should have put them all under siege and starved and dehydrated the civilians and said, well, tell the Taliban to surrender. So, we could have won the whole thing because that's a legitimate tactic to do.
So it's unfortunate, but what she's actually doing is she's endorsing war crimes as a legitimate way to fight a war.
Unironically. Like as if she... like
because she looks at herself as the victim. Right? I mean...
Well, women are victims all the time.
Jewish women, though, she's saying, you know...
I mean, not anymore. Now these new better women with penises have been released, but they were a victim at one time. Now there are better women, though.
Danny Highfunk says Sarah Silverman casually calling for genocide on social media.
It's just bizarre.
Oh, what? That's inhumane?
These people are the information arm of war criminals, making them war criminals
dumb
themselves.
Actresses. Don't you understand? People in show business... are some of the dumbest, most illiterate, most like smug people that you've ever met in your life. And as bad as they are, the people that actually run the government, Sarah Silverman is a genius compared to them. The people that are running the policy, they're even more perverted and evil. I mean, I don't know if Sarah's a pervert. I don't want to throw that. But they're more deviant than the worst Harvey Weinstein producer story you ever heard. The actual people in charge. And the celebrities... are whores. That's what celebrities are. You demonstrate you get more work as a whore by being a good whore. Yeah. That's how you move up. And they're all like, I can't believe I was treated like a whore. That's your job. You're a celeb.
Kurt's just been on fire lately, man. Here's another one. Sarah Silverman really said, well, maybe those children shouldn't have voted for Hamas if they wanted water.
She said worse than that.
And the last one, Amy Schumer and Sarah Silverman will be co-hosting a bombing Gaza watch party for Israeli youth, then tour the West Bank to boost settler morale during this trying time. This is great.
Wait till Sarah finds out that Amy's dad was Jewish and not her mom, which means I don't think she's Jewish. I mean, if she observed the religion, she could be, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
She could have converted herself. So
she did not.
Well, we got a segment coming up with Steph.
Wait, nothing against either of them. It's just really dumb shit to say. What am I going to not make fun of it? I don't wish ill on either of them. Basically, both of them right now are lacking a man to tell them a thing or two. Sorry to say.
Wow. That's very misogynistic and anti-Semitic of you.
That show was good when you had a male presence yin and yang. You want balance. It's not one's better than the other. You want a balance. That's a complete imbalance.
Yeah.
Hey, come see us doing a live stand-up show in Bloomington, Illinois, Indianapolis, Levittown, New York, Red Bank, New Jersey, Wilmington, Delaware, Covina, California, Burbank, California, Oxnard, California, Venice, California, and Palmdale, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.